Welcome to another episode of TUI Transfer Talk, and Saints are announcing signings quicker than I can actually produce video reports for you at the moment. We weren't sure if this was going to come after a new centre-back, but today it has been announced that Angus Gunn has fired his way to Southampton, signing on a 5-year deal worth £10 million, but also understood that could rise to £13.5 million with add-ons. Manchester City have also installed a buyback clause in this contract. Obviously, Angus Gunn comes with a huge amount of potential fitting in at Southampton, joining up with some of his ex-England under-21 teammates in James Ward-Prowse, Nathan Redmond, Matty Targett, who they all played for under Gareth Southgate. This transfer surely also means the end of Fraser Forster in one way or another. Angus Gunn played 51 times for Norwich City last season. That's above and beyond the 46 regular games in the Championship. And like I say, Angus Gunn comes with huge amounts of potential. I'm fairly pleased with this transfer. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But I also took the chance to chat to Jack Reeve from Talk Norwich City, who saw him play every single week. He gives us the lowdown on everything to expect from Angus Gunn this season. So I'd like to welcome to this part of the show what now seems like an annual chat with our East Anglian correspondent. Transfer activity between Norwich and Southampton has been quite popular over the past couple of years, but this time is a little bit less direct. But here to tell us all about our new signing, someone who's watched him every week last season at Carrow Road, Jack, Talk Norwich City. Thanks for joining me once again. How you doing?
Yeah, pleasure. It's good to finally be on. I know we were kind of thinking about chatting about James Maddison when he was linked with you guys. You missed out on him. Angus is yours. Yeah, exciting times for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit gutted about James Maddison, but it seems like we've got a nice little coup transfer in Elianusi, but Angus Gunn is over the line. Saints are taking a shot on Angus. Can you tell us about his shot stopping between the sticks last season?
I like that link. He's fantastic. I've got nothing but praise for Angus. He came into Norwich City, of course. He came through our academy. We sold him to Manchester City. It was all a bit political at Norwich at the time. His dad, Brian, was the manager. He fell out with our chief executive. Angus was shifted off. That does, however, mean we'll hopefully get a bit of compensation from this sale, which will hopefully fund some transfer activity for us. But he came into Norwich City last season on loan, having not ever played a professional appearance for Manchester City. So he was coming in. We knew he was going to be first choice. It was a big season for us in the Championship. Unfortunately, it didn't go to plan. But he came in with huge pressure. And for a young lad with that kind of pressure, Norwich City fan, born in Norwich, season ticket holder at Norwich up until he was about sort of 14. His dad is the best Norwich City goalkeeper we've ever had. That's a lot on your shoulders. He was exceptional. He came runners-up in the Player of the Season behind a certain James Maddison, who we all know about. He was absolutely brilliant. I've got nothing but praise. He's tall, he's commanding, and I'll put it out there, I think he'll be England's number one in a few seasons' time.
Yeah, so a lot of the reports have been suggesting that, only 22 years old, and I've seen in some of the suggestions that Manchester City have put a buyback clause in just to protect their assets if they want him to come back to Manchester City, should he be England number one somewhere down the line.
Yeah, definitely, and I think the main thing about Angus, which I'm not sure the style you'll be playing next season, but he's quite a modern day goalkeeper in terms of he's very good with his feet as well. He played outfield until he was about 13. And then he shifted in goal. Pep Guardiola's obviously instilled this kind of ability with his feet, so he's very comfortable passing it out from the back, and that was what really suited Norwich. Norwich are now playing with a very possession-based style. But as well as that, he's so commanding in terms of organising his defence. We had massive problems with our defence. The players in front of him didn't actually change that much. It was just the foundation that was set through Angus Gunn. He communicates so well. He's very agile. He's incredibly tall. I think he's 6'5", 6'6". He's quick down on the floor. He's good in the air. Look, you get him a drift there. He's a top keeper.
Well, he certainly sounds like an improvement on Fraser Forster. Certainly all of the opposites what Fraser Forster's taken a lot of stick over the last couple of seasons. Agile, commanding, demands the respect. Do you think £13.5 million is well spent for Saints?
I think it's an absolute steal, a genuine steal. I know there was talk of him maybe coming back to Norwich this season, mainly because of the kind of links he's got with the club. We quickly figured out that he was far too good for Norwich City in the Championship. if I was Manchester City, I'd be whacking like a 25 million price tag on this guy's head. Not only is he a fantastic footballer on the pitch, he's a good guy off it. He's a good guy to have in the dressing room. Very humble, very grounded. I think he'll bring the lads together nicely. And when you've got Angus Gunn as your foundation, your core of that team, leading from the back, that can only bring good things for Southampton.
Excellent, and he will link up with some of his ex-England under-21 teammates in James Ward-Prowse, Nathan Redmond, a few others in the Saints ranks. And what Saints are buying is huge potential, like we've already touched upon.
Yeah, and that can only be good in terms of betting yourself in. I guess the worry for footballers is going into a dressing room where you don't know that many people. He'll know Redmond very well. Of course, there's Norwich links there, James Ward-Prowse, as you mentioned. You've got a real nice core of British talent there now. Not many clubs can boast about that. You guys can. Angus, I think, is one of a really top signing from any club this summer.
Well, there you have it then. Jack, thank you so much for telling us all about Angus Gunn.
No worries, mate. Thank you for having me on.
So there you have it then. That is your roundup. Angus Gunn signs for 5 years and £10 million. What do you make of Jack's comments? Big thank you for him for telling us more. And also, go ahead and check out his podcast with Angus Gunn. They spoke to him a few months ago. Really down-to-earth guy. And I'm really excited to see Angus Gunn put on that Saints shirt this season. Let us know your thoughts of the transfer in the comments below. And surely let us know your thoughts on Fraser Forster's future. Thanks for watching.